Let's jump right into this explainer. If you've been trying to figure out the secret to getting ahead financially, well, the real answer probably goes against literally everything you've ever been taught. Today, we're unpacking a massive concept from financial psychology. It's called the $1 million trap. And listen, this isn't your standard, boring budgeting advice. We're talking about the mental game of wealth.
I mean, just look at that number, $1 million. Imagine just for a second that this massive windfall was handed to you today. Boom! Free and clear, sitting right there in your bank account. How does it feel? You'd probably feel an instant sense of relief, right? Like, okay, finally, all my problems are permanently solved.
But here's the shocking reality check. Data and psychology both tell us there's a very, very high probability you would lose every single penny of it within just a few years. No way, right? It sounds completely crazy. You'd think $1 million is this unbreakable safety net. But what actually happens when sudden wealth meets an unprepared mind? Well, it tells a completely different story. The reason for this total catastrophic loss really comes down to one fundamental misconception. See, most people genuinely believe that getting rich is strictly about making more money. We're completely conditioned to think that a higher income automatically equals lasting wealth. We think, the only thing standing between us and total financial freedom is just a bigger paycheck, a better salary, or some lucky windfall.
It's not. Just let that sink in for a second. Earning more absolutely does not mean keeping more. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. Pumping more money into a broken system doesn't fix the system. It literally just accelerates the inevitable crash.
Okay, so let's dive into this because here's where it gets super fascinating. Money is ultimately a game of psychology. It's not just math or boring spreadsheets or compound interest calculators. If you don't understand the psychological rules of the game, you are going to lose, period, even if millions of dollars are just dropped right into your lap. And this brings us to a really wild, real-world paradox. Look at this. On one side, you've got the six-figure earner who somehow stays perpetually broke. They've got this massive salary, but literally nothing to show for it. And then on the flip side, you have the completely average income earner who quietly and consistently builds generational wealth. So how on earth can someone making half as much end up twice as wealthy? Now, you might assume the wealthy person is just some kind of financial genius, right? Like they have a way higher IQ. But actually, scratch that. The reality is that the difference isn't intelligence. Raw brain power has absolutely nothing to do with it. Being brilliant doesn't magically immunize you from making catastrophic, emotion-driven financial blunders. Really smart people can still have massive blind spots when it comes to their own wallets. So, the absolutely crucial point here is behavior. Behavior is the true differentiating factor in building and retaining wealth. It's not about what you know, it's about how you act. It's the habits you form, the discipline you maintain on a daily basis, and how you react when confronted with tricky financial choices. Think of behavior as the actual engine of true wealth. And of course, our behavior is ultimately driven by how we feel. So here is the ultimate secret weapon. Rich people control their emotions. While the rest of the world is out there frantically reacting to market swings, peer pressure, or whatever new consumer trends are popping up on their feeds, the truly wealthy operate with this calm, regulated baseline. They do not let temporary feelings dictate permanent financial decisions. Because when people lack that emotional regulation, man, things fall apart so fast. Poor financial decisions are almost always driven by three major culprits: fear, ego, and impatience. Fear makes you panic sell or hoard cash while inflation just eats it alive. Ego makes you buy things you definitely can't afford just to impress people you don't even like. And impatience makes you chase these wild get-rich-quick schemes instead of letting time and consistency do the heavy lifting. Each of these carries huge, devastating consequences. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it completely flips traditional financial advice right on its head. The biggest investment you'll ever make isn't in stocks. We spend so much of our time agonizing over, which index fund to pick or what real estate market is hot right now, and we completely miss the foundational element that makes any of those investments actually work. It's in your mindset. This right here is your ultimate asset. By framing mindset as the total foundation of all wealth, we reconstruct our entire worldview on money. Think about it. If your mindset is rooted in fear and ego, there's literally no portfolio in the world that's going to save you. But if you cultivate discipline and patience, you can build immense wealth out of practically nothing. It is the absolute difference between merely reacting to your financial life and consciously designing it. It all boils down to this remarkably simple two-step roadmap. Step 1, change the way you think about money. Step 2, change your financial future forever. It really is that straightforward. Once you stop viewing money as a tool for status and start treating it as this psychological game of behavior and emotional control, the whole shebang shifts. This is exactly how you hold yourself accountable. So, I want to leave you with a provocative final thought to chew on today. Are you ready to change your money mindset? Like, really change it? Are you going to be the high earner who stays totally broke, or the everyday person who masters their psychology to build lasting wealth? That choice is entirely in your behavior. Follow AI Money Moves for more lessons like this. Take control of your mindset, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.